common online business models. Now, affiliate marketing is when you sell other people's products and get a commission from them. It has a unitary gain between $50 and $250 on average. This means that to make $10,000 a month with it, you would have to sell from 40 to 200 units. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried to do that, but to sell 40 to 200 units of any product in a month requires a lot of marketing skill and capital to invest. Now, this takes us directly to our second metric, startup capital. To get started with such a business, it would require you anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 to invest, which could all go down the drain if you don't know exactly what you're doing. Oh, and by the way, remember those $10,000 from the 200 units you sold? You don't think that's all profit, right? Because in order to get each one of these sales, you have to invest in ads, which usually cost anywhere between 60 to 90% of the final revenue, meaning at the end of the $10,000, you may only keep $1,000 to $4,000 at best. Now, the demand varies on a product by product basis, but while there are products with high demand, they usually also come with high competition in the space. Now, when it comes to fulfillment, this is the only perk of affiliate marketing, in my opinion, because once the sale is done, you don't have to do anything else. The owner of the product takes care of the fulfillment. Finally, the deal type is usually one-off, meaning you get paid once for the sale and that's it. Next, let's look at Amazon FBA. Now, Amazon FBA consists of selling physical products on Amazon and letting Amazon take care of the shipment for you. Now, when it comes to Amazon FBA, the unitary gain is anywhere from $20 to $300. Here, you already face the same issue as we saw with affiliate marketing. You'd have to make 33 to 500 sales a month, which is a real challenge. Then the startup capital doesn't help either. You have to invest anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 in stock for product that you don't even know whether it'll sell or not, meaning you have the risk of getting stuck with all the stock and having no idea what to do with it. It's not fun, trust me. I've had this exact same issue with my e-commerce brand Gadget. Now, margins could be even thinner than affiliate marketing due to the cost of goods. Now, demand is the perk in this one because Amazon actually takes care of the traffic for you. But it doesn't get much better, since you still have to deal with part of the logistics of buying and managing inventory so Amazon can fulfill your orders, which is a pain in the ass, and you only get paid once for each sale. Next, let's look at dropshipping. Now, dropshipping consists of selling physical products, but instead of having to manage inventory, you ship the product directly from your supplier to the final customer. Now, dropshipping is pretty much a combination of the two scenarios above. You don't have the issue of having to spend money on stock, but then you have to spend a lot on ads to find the products that work. In fact, my agency has worked with a top dropshipping brand from a Scandinavian country, and in order to find one winning product, we had to test over 20 different products that all failed. So you have to have a lot of capital to burn through. Next, let's look at info products. Now, info products are ebooks, audiobooks, and online courses. Now, with info products, the scenario is very similar to affiliate marketing, but you have control over the price of the product, so you can have higher ticket items if you want. However, with control over the product also comes the responsibility of delivering the product yourself, which is the most difficult and time-consuming task of the whole business model. And as a beginner, you should be investing the majority of your time in selling, not fulfilling the sale. Finally, you have to have capital to invest in ads, testing, software, and more, which will have a similar effect on your margin as it did in the examples above. Now, for deal type, you can choose whether you want to sell your product as a one-off or as a recurring subscription. Ladies and gentlemen, now do you see why it is so hard to succeed as a beginner if you don't pick the right business model? So after going through all of them, the question becomes, what would be the ideal beginner-friendly business model then? Does it even exist? Well, let's take a look again at our table and together draw an ideal business model. Now, when it comes to unitary gain, ideally it should require just a handful of sales to get you to 10K a month so that it becomes a realistic and achievable goal. Now, this means it should sell for at least $1,500. Now, when it comes to startup capital, ideally it should be as close as possible to $0 because as a beginner, you don't want to be risking high amounts of money until you have a consistent source of income to pay for it. For margins, we will want something with very little cost so you keep pretty much everything you make. For demand, we want something with high demand so that it is not too difficult to get a sale. And for fulfillment, we want something that is easy to fulfill and doesn't take a majority of our time. And finally, when it comes to deal type, we want something that ideally is sold once and pays us recurrently every single month so that each sale stacks up on others and each month we have a higher payout than the month before.